Maimouna Ceesay Darboe. I video that came out. It was amazing video, interesting for that matter, but she's angry, very angry. Who is Maimouna Ceesay? Maimouna Ceesay Darboe was one of the prominent members in the United Democratic Party and was living in America. Folks are kind of blame back at the villa, Kundimo. Common call them, you know, and that will be it. But Gambia Kulani, Sasa Bugat Nantul Mandia Mala. So, Maimouna Ceesay Darboe was a prominent member. He was living in the United States until 2026 presidential election on Inkera. And then 2016, rather, Adam Varona now won as an independent candidate through coalitions. And then UDP almost was in power. And then May coalition government hit against Janneh and the UDP. Finally the coalition won. And then Adama Barrow became a president. During that time, there was an employment across political parties. Employment of a Keka from different angles. Employment of the Keka either from PDRS, which they absolutely rejected all the employment. And then there's some other NRP members being employed. And then the majority United Democratic Party members also got employment under coalition government. It was almost the majorities are UDP. And during this employment time, but Janneh beduna indulato, the Maimouna la odi la follow play la, moli la mala denisina analyze who is Maimouna Ceesay Darboe. Muna kamfa ni, ikamune kamfa. Aila Maimouna la.
Yankati registration na bekeri be mol tonyana, ibe mol katala, ibe kuma manolo fala moli, ikafemfe ndimfo moluma, ikamol tu femfe na UDP la koke. Mbebe je la pral damay nyodun tungorone. UDP la ka mol ndaw register nyim banku ganyan toli be o kalam dal ndey mol no UDP men yalan ko ike bul ko ndi lulo tare ka tambo kata na bante ke sin ko ndi wonta ika jo kasama jola register ika gina bisa ko register mo mol la UDP la nyoto fo wado sita dia mo wado sita ali nga fata moluma.
Okay, Madin Gambian Kulu.
Okay. Any information on when remember the young can tell Maimouna Ceesay Darboe. I stopped. I got this video online and I download, but video credit to Janneh, the chairman Janneh of Switzerland. The speaker of Market, okay. Very brilliant man. Maimouna ko registration of Mbekering. UDP in Kolakawa, other opposition political parties will accuse men UDP in Kolakawa. She deliberately throwing jabs on Jolas, like even Casamas. UDP in Kolmeniano, more registered from Casamas. You know, he's throwing jabs on Jolas. This Maimouna Ceesay, Memenke and Mandinga Dingalam. It's a Mandinga, a bona fide Mandinga from Badiwo. You know, Badiwo call Nico, it will more Lansar already in Mandingas, in Jalankol, you know. Kokoti, no, Kokoti, an R&B le play Jambeto Kumandile Mama, but in Bakila at the end of the programs, in a midnight special show, you know. Ninga play like So, but let me go back to this program. So, Maimouna is a bona fide Mandinka and is from Darboe, was living in the United States until 2026 presidential election, 2016 rather, coalition of winter. And then Maimouna Nyonata, employment or killer, coalition government. I'm going to hit a little bit divisions between UDP and Adama Barrow and what brought this confusion in our generation now. During Jammeh time, the employment was never an issue in the Gambia political fraternity because Jammeh picked who he wanted and employed and fired at the same time or jailed without any questions. So the people many along Quebec Jammeh, they were even bootlicking Jammeh. These are the Banyan mafias. Well, yet still, they still have the biggest chunk in Adama Barrow government because it tell Yaja Meke Tulo Bushane, Aye Neng, Aye Kobe Kela, but they still maintain Yemonya, Yela position on Yinta, Yela Mol fix all the department, all the financial area, they are in total control. This is how the Banyan mafia struggles. Now the Gambia being messed up because of this. So Maimouna Nyolo, these are the group of angry people. Many alango wati meni Adama Barrow bina tombondiro beke kan tuma menna. Itolea feel ko no. The UDP leadership or Honorable Darboe more recommend me alango is not a member of the Democratic Party. But there's a party dingol be many alango member Adama Barrow and Alaji S. Darboe also applied. But due to Nanyan so-called traditions and customs, or somebody like Keba to lead, because Adama Barrow is older than Alaji S. Darboe. Alaji S. Darboe, how competent that guy is. And another guy, Mojumal Adama Barrow Jelaka, Adama Barrow Tombong, Ka Alaji S. Darboe to coma. Let us not talk about that. It's in the past, but it's important to recall. The coalition government, that was an employment. The biggest mistake made a court, and I spoke about this back in the days. I will never repeat that. And some of these angry people, folks, ya feel ko coalition government menata is entirely UDP. But employment will be where some members of United Democracy Party members do recommend no ko employed because it can mem for wala nyente ko dabo ka fo neko altaleta kara. People like Fabu, grade 6 Slam. Dabo kara certificate in the So Maimouna is in another American in another New York, another New York dialect. But his certificate remember New York, Mamma demanding Galaji like Janneh. But at least I have my qualification in German. So, employment was Darboe certificate or demanding Galaji in 2021. Janneh from 2016 to 2021. Some of them will be able to gather a foundation of those sin with at least a tangible certificate. Mealongo United Democratic Party government in 2021 is a employer. 2021 moja mabalaji the Gambia there many certificate of Jindi. The federal travel is like area. But sometimes ika history demanding that to reflect Gambia dingul many along informed. We have to inform them through by blending things with joke, but the reality balonana was problem or light and mental. what put us into these funny situations. Why the tribalism became a center of discussion in the Gambia political fraternity in 2026. This is the question that every Gambian needs to ask yourself. And that what? Yeah. So some of these people felt insulted because they don't have any certificate or tangible documents to work in the government. And this is very right. Look, model kamera ko Gambia masakunda do ko munyanda kena bata reality. Emo samana mealan ko they don't even have a qualification yeke director to Gamtel. Emo samana mealan ko focal tabula ma any qualification on your soto. Sorry. Common call them folks. I can't blame me, no? I can't blame sometimes nim vibrate. Model camera ko Gambia kaduko ke Gambia la mansa kundamu is a means of, to enrich yourself even though you don't have any qualification to better your life. But to get a government employment means to enrich oneself even though you don't have any qualifications. So I agreed with that part of Honorable Darboe recommendation. Let them go back to school to build up at least some little qualification. But I don't think that one also isn't a good idea. I spoke about this way back ago, but enough for the I will not talk about it. You can empower your people without having a number of a well qualification or a certain qualifications. So, somebody need to be uplifted with a little minimum opportunities. Aliano niaje Banjul Mafian, they occupied Gambia institutional better too. Corruption of Bukabono Likamuneke. The Banjul Mafia is a group of individuals. Kabirin Jamet Jawara Taimo Konole Yalondi. Ya Jametamo Kone organization on Yunkurondi. Ya Jame Bodaje Kolkisala branches. A Gambia Belebe. Ila dinolaka jinan karamodola from high school ye employment odila Gamtel wala Central Bank wala Minister of Education, Minister of Finance, Minister of Economic Affairs or whatsoever. Ika sanji killing 6-month job experience la soro tumamenare isnamo e Karbe University when university be bana tumamene ke file ni la degree do man ni ye muruni ni la position o katere batu kan Gambia ko ni nati employee. Niaje Banjul mafias dominate the Gambia political fraternities. This is the reasons. So after 2026, due to the political experience in the Gambia political landscape and the 2016 coalition, Mealango was dominated by United Democratic Party. They were unable to create these ideas to empower their people into different branches. Then angry folks showing that. They did extremely well during the struggle. Nobody can deny them. They fought very hard against Janneh. These angry folks. Maimouna Ceesay that one. They fight very hard and they are very close to the party leader, Biden, Honorable Lawyer Darboe. The difference men occurred and the Maltema after the changes. Was too deep. I had a bit of knowledge, but I'm not going to speak about it, just to maintain peace. So they felt they left behind. But Monica at that time when you're gonna